welcome back to Spooky Witches UK. Before I get into today's video, I just want to let you know that I will be filming in front of my green screen again. But over the course of December, everything's just got shoved in there and it's been used for storage. So I will be back in the office again soon. I hope you are all looking forward to the new year and have enjoyed this festive season, and I hope the new year brings you loads of love, joy, all the opportunities that you've been looking for. But yeah, this is my last video of 2021, and for this one I'm going to be covering the story of the Cauld lad of Hylton. So this story starts early 17th century with a young lad called Roger Skelton. He was employed by Sir Robert Hylton, and he was the Baron of Hylton Castle, I think it is. Roger always complained of being cold, and he took to sleeping in the hay bales in the stables because they were warmer than the servants' quarters. But this story starts on one particular day. Roger woke up late. I'll just put that on silent for a minute. Roger woke up late and saw the Baron's horse was not ready in time. Now, the Baron, Sir Robert, apparently flew into a rage, and some accounts say he hit the boy with a riding crop, which caused a head injury, which later resulted in him dying. Others say he hurled a pitchfork at him and impaled him. And even more horrifying, there was some claims that he lopped his head off. So, one of the reasons that people think... So, there are some people that think Roger was murdered because that was weird, because he was dallying with the Baron's daughter. Now, the Baron sought to hide the body, and he hid it in either a well or a pond. It was a body of water of some form. A few months passed and the body was discovered, and the Baron ended up standing trial for Roger's murder. However, a servant came forward and said that Roger had died in an accident, and so the Baron walked away from the court scot-free. Now, after this, Hylton Castle became haunted, shall we say. Pots started to get smashed. Ashes would mysteriously come from the fireplace onto the floor in front of the fire. Noises were heard, crying, wailing. My camera's about to die. There we go. Sorry, there was a whole faff with the camera. It died and I couldn't find its charger. Anyway, so back to the story. Hylton Castle became very haunted, for less of a better word. Pots started to get smashed. Ashes would mysteriously end up on the floor in front of the fire. Noises were heard, like crying and wailing. And it seemed that Roger had returned to the castle after all. Tired of all the mysterious things that were going on, one of the cooks ended up staying up one night to find out who it was that was making all the mess. And this is when the cook saw the shivering, naked form of a young lad, repeating, "I'm cold, I'm cold." So after this, the cook and his wife got a warm cloak and they left it out for the poor shivering spirit, and apparently the spirit took the cloak and has not been seen since. That is one version of it. However, there is also another version that the Baron never stood trial, and he was instead haunted by the ghost of Roger until Roger was given a proper burial. But there are also other stories that say Roger was never found, and that the Cauld lad was still haunting into the 20th century. Now, there is actual evidence of a Roger Skelton and a Sir Robert, and that Roger had died with the suspicion of foul play, and there was an inquest held. The investigating authorities ascertained that Roger had been struck by a scythe-wielding Sir Robert Hylton, the 13th Baron of Hylton, and he was charged with manslaughter. However, the trial found that the boy's death had been an accident, of misfortune, and the Baron had been mowing the grass of the castle grounds, which is strange for a Baron in them times anyway, and he'd apparently accidentally struck the lad in the leg who was stood behind him and he didn't know, causing a mortal wound. Apparently, it's presumed that the blade of the mower had hit an artery and they weren't able to stop the bleeding, and Roger bled to death within the hour. And hence Sir Robert was granted a free pardon by the order of Bishop James on the 6th of September 1609. So, if you look at the history and what's recorded, it would seem that the first story of the Cauld lad originates within a scandal. Several versions of the story have a servant testifying on behalf of the Baron, and that the boy's death was an accident. However, a lot of local historians have questioned the events that were given in court, and why exactly, as I stated above, would the Baron be mowing his own lawn? Because that didn't happen in them days. He had servants for that. He had gardeners and he had cooks, and he would never have had to have done anything for himself. Now, obviously, there's not much else known. I couldn't find anything about up-to-date hauntings. I couldn't find anything. Whether or not it's still haunted, I don't know. But yeah, that's the story of the Cauld lad. And how the Baron got away with murder, basically. Because let's be honest, we all know he did it. There is no way a Baron would be mowing his own lawn. Yeah, the Baron had servants to do everything for him, so why he would be doing that himself, I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. This story is certainly shrouded in a lot of mystery. Oh my goodness. But whether or not the Baron actually murdered him, I suppose we'll never know. But I will try and do a bit more digging, see if I can find anything. If I can, I will do an update video next week. I do apologise that this one's been late because it was supposed to go out on Boxing Day. However, I have been seeing family and trying to get my house in order again after Christmas Day because it got ruined. But we don't mind. We don't mind. But yeah, hopefully next time I will be in front of my green screen. And I'll be able to do this properly. In the new year, look out for more haunted videos. I'm going to be hitting the paranormal pretty hard. I'm also thinking about doing a new business venture. So if I decide to do it, you guys will be the first to know. But yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay spooky witches, have a wonderful new year, bye!